Hi to everyone. In this video we are going to design a Turing machine that accepts language a to the power of n, b to the power of n such that n is greater than or equal to 1 and the given alphabets here is a and b. So what I am just going to do it here is since they have given n is greater than or equal to 1, here I am taking n is equal to 3. So if it is a 3 means we can substitute this value here such that I will get a to the power of 3 and b to the power of 3. This can be rewritten as a and b. So what I am just going to do it here is I have to check whether the number of a is equal to the number of b's. So simply I am just going to include these symbols in the tape. So I will get a and I will have b like this. And the rest of the cells which will be filled with a blank symbol. You know very well initially your machine which will be in the state Q0. So it's pointing to the first symbol A. So by that time what I am just going to do it here is if a symbol A is encountered for the first time, I am just going to replace the symbol by means of the symbol X. And then I am just going to move my read write head towards right. So I can write the transition here as del of q0 comma a equal to what I am just going to do it here from the state q0 machine will shifted to the state q1 and a will be replaced by the symbol x and the read write head is moved towards right. That's why here I am mentioning here as r. So by means of this transition I can change it as first this a will be replaced by the symbol x. So x and then the read write head is moved towards right and the machine which will be entered into the state q1. So here we can write q1 b and then the blank. Now what I am just going to do it here is if the machine is pointing to a, if the read write head is pointing to the symbol a means I am not supposed to change it by means of the symbol x. The reason is once if I have changed the symbol a with the symbol x means I should balance it with the symbol b. So then only I can change this one. So what I am just going to do it here means if the machine is in the state q1 and if the symbol a is encountered, instead of replacing the symbol a, I am just going to simply move my read write head towards right. That's why here I can write the transition as a del of q1 comma a is equal to q1 comma a comma r. It means simply I am just moving the pointer towards right such that I will get b, but here it's pointing to the symbol a, the next one symbol. Now as per this transition del of q1 comma a equal to q1 comma a comma r, simply moving the read write head towards right. So that means we will have del of x comma a comma b comma. So here we will get q1 here. So now you just see the condition here. Actually here we have replaced a with the symbol x and now the read write head is pointing to the symbol b. Once if the symbol B is encountered, I have to replace the symbol by means of the Y. Then I can easily understand that 1A is balanced with 1B. Right, so that's why since after replacing the symbol B by means of the symbol Y, I should make this pointer to move towards left. That's why here I am going to write the transition as del of Q1 comma B equal to Q1 comma B equal to Q2 comma Y comma L. So what it will happen, the next thing means, so next what it will happen here is, now it's pointing to the B and the machine is in the state Q1 as per this transition. Here we will have the blank X, A will be there, and this B which will be replaced by Y, and we will get like this one. But the read right pointer is pointing to the symbol A, and our machine which will be in the state Q2. Now what we have to do it here is, if the machine is in the state Q2 and if it is pointing to the symbol A, means we are not supposed to replace it. Why? What's the reason? Means simply we have to shift the pointer towards left until it reaches the symbol X. That's why what I am just going to write the transition as del of Q2 comma A is equal to del of Q2 comma A is equal to Q2 comma A comma L. Okay. So that means I will have the tape symbol as X value will be here A, Y, B, and then so now it will point it to here. And as per this transition, if the machine is in the state Q2 and if it is pointing to the symbol A, means simply we are just moving the read write head towards left. That's why again the read write head is moved towards left. It means we will have the pointer here. So now you consider here, once if the X value is reached here, means what should we do it here, means simply we have to move the read write head towards right so as to consider the next one A. Since we have balanced one A with one B, we have to do the manipulations for the next one symbol A. That's why here we can write a del of Q2 comma X is equal to Q0 comma X comma R. So what will happen here is simply I am just going to change it this. I am just going to change the read write head to point towards the right, move towards right. So that means here your machine which will be shifted to the state Q0 and it is moved towards right. Why I am here writing the state Q0 means, because already here I have written Q0 of A equal to Q1 comma X comma R, because I am just going to repeat the same process. What the process I am just going to repeat? If I am going to encounter the next one A, means I should replace this A with X, and whatever the steps that I have done for the first A, all those steps that I have to repeat it for the second A also. That's why here again we are starting with the state Q0, right? So as per this transition, if it is of a del of Q0 comma A equal to Q1 comma X comma R, that means we have to replace this A with the symbol X. That's why here What I am just going to write it here is, I am just going to write it here as x, and as per this transition, since the machine is in the state q0 and it is pointing to the symbol a must be replaced by the symbol x, and your machine which will be shifted to the state q1, and the read write head must be shifted towards right. That means here we will get x here and a, y, b, b, and then we will have the blank symbol here. Now the read write head is pointing to a and the machine is in the state q1. And consider here, if the machine is in the state q1 and if it is pointing to the symbol a, means simply we are just going to move the read write head towards right? That's why here we are going to write it as a, y, b, b, and then blank. So now it's moved towards right and it is pointing to the symbol y, and the machine which will be in the state q1 only. Now what we are going to do it here is, if the machine is pointing the symbol, if the read write head is pointing the symbol y, and if the machine is in the state q1, means we need to just simply shift the read write head towards right only. That's why here we can write del of q1 comma y is equal to q1 comma y comma r. Why we are moving the read write head towards right means, because we have to trace the next one b. Since we have to balance one a with another b, we are just moving our read write head towards right. That's why here we can write blank x, x, a, y, and now the read write head is pointing to the symbol b, and the machine is in the state q1. Now you just see here, if the machine is in the state q1 and the symbol is b, means then the machine which will be shifted from the state q1 to q2 and b will be replaced by y, then the read write head which will be moved towards left, right? So we are just going to do it that one. So what we are going to do it here is, blank symbol will be here, x, ax, a, and y. As per this transition, we have to replace the symbol b by means of the symbol y. So we are writing y here, and the read write head must be moved towards left. That means it will be shifted here, and the state will be q2. State will be q2. Now, if the machine is in the state q2 and it is and the read write head is pointing to y, means we are not supposed to change it by means of any other symbol. Simply we have to move the read write head towards left. That's why what we are going to write it here is del of q2 comma y is equal to q2 comma y comma l. Okay, so we will write like x comma x, a, y, y, b, del. Now the machine is in the state q2, we are just simply going to shift it towards left as per this one. So it will point to here. It will the read write head is moved towards left and the machine is in the state q2. And just consider here, as per this transition, if the machine is in the state q2 and the read write head is pointing to the symbol a, means we are not all going to replace anything, simply we are just going to move the right head towards left, right? That's why here we are just going to move the right head towards left, right? So from this one we are writing here as XX, A, Y, Y, B and then blank here. So now it is moved here, and you just see here, if the machine is in the state Q2 and the symbol is A, means if the machine is shifted to the same state Q2, there is no replacement, simply we are shifting the right head towards left. That means here also we will have the state Q2 only. Now you consider here, already we are having the transition as a del of Q2 comma x equal to Q0 comma x comma r. That means once if the machine is in the state Q2 and if the right head is pointing to the symbol x, means your machine which will be shifted to the state Q0 by the time the right head is moved towards right. So we can draw like this one, blank x, x, a, y, y, b and blank here. So simply the right head is moved towards right by means of this transition. But the state is shifted to Q0. You just consider here, now the machine is entered into the state Q0 and the right head is pointing to the symbol A, means again we are going to repeat the same process that we have done for the first two A's. So what it means, we have to replace this A with the X. Now consider here, if the machine is in the state Q0 and if the right head is pointing to the symbol A, your machine which will be shifted to the state Q1 and A will be replaced by the symbol X and the right head which will be moved towards right. That same process we are just going to repeat it here also. So X, 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 Y, Y, B blank symbol here, and here we will have the symbol Q1. Now consider here, if the machine is in the state Q1 and if the right head is pointing to the symbol Y, means simply we are going to move the right head towards right as we said earlier. So what I am just going to draw it here is blank symbol X, 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 Y, Y, B blank. Now it's pointing to the symbol here. So as per this transition, if the machine is pointing to the if the right head is pointing to the symbol Y and if the machine is in the state Q1, means we are not all going to replace anything, simply we are just going to move the right head towards right only. That's why we are just going to shift it again towards right. Towards right means now the right head is pointing to the symbol B, right? So you please trace the transitions as where you are having the transition as del of Q1 comma B. You just see the transitions that we have already written here. Del of Q1 comma B means your machine will be shifted from the state Q1 to Q2 and B will be replaced by Y. That's why from this tree, this diagram which will be converted as X, 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 Y, Y and it will be replaced by Y. See here, after replacing the symbol B by Y, read write head is moved towards left. It means comes here. And the machine is moved from the state Q1 to Q2. That's why here we have to write Q2. Next, what we have to do it here means if the machine is pointing to the if the read write head is pointing to the symbol Y, and if the machine is in the state Q2 means, then we can refer this transition that we have written earlier. Del of Q2 comma Y is equal to Q2 comma Y comma L. It means we are not all going to replace anything, simply we are going to shift our read write head towards left. That means we can write it here as X, Y, and here we are having blank. Simply we have shifted here. And again, as per this transition, we are just going to shift our read write head towards left. Right? Now it's pointing to the pointing to the read write head is pointing to the symbol X. For this also we have written the transition earlier itself. Del of Q2 comma X equal to Q0 comma X comma R. It means we are just going to write the diagram as Y. This is the thing that we have written here. Here the machine is in the state Q2 and it is pointing to the symbol X. It may, and you just refer this one as per this transition. Machine which will be shifted from the state Q2 to Q0. Q2 to Q0. But there is no replacement, and the read write head is moved towards right. That's why I have written like this one. So next what I am just going to do it here is we have to write the transition as del of Q0 comma Y. We have to trace for the transition, but we haven't written any transition for this one. What we are just going to do it here means if the machine is in the state Q0 and if the read write head is pointing to the symbol Y means by that time we are just going to simply move the read write head towards right, and your machine which will enter into the state Q3. It means we are just going to write it as, draw like this one, blank symbol X, Y and blank. Now machine is in the state Q0 and the read write head is pointing to the symbol Y. As per this transition, we are going to shift our read write head towards right, means it will the read write head which will comes to this cell and the machine will be in the state Q3. Okay, now what we are just going to do it here means if the machine is in the state Q3 and if it is pointing to the symbol Y means simply we are just going to shift our read write head towards right only. That means here we can write del of Q3 comma Y is equal to Q3 comma Y comma R. Okay, so here we can write del blank symbol X, Y and blank. So it will point here. And as per this transition, machine is in the state Q3 and it is pointing to the symbol Y. That means the read write head which will be moved towards right. So that means now it will point to the blank, and the machine is in the state Q3. So if the read-write head is reading the blank symbol, means simply we can shift the rewrite head. So we can write the transition as if the machine is in the state Q3 and the symbol is blank, means we can write Q4 comma blank comma R. Okay, so that means again we are just going to draw like X, 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 Y, 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 blank, and the next one cell will also be the blank only, Q4. So since it is pointing to the blank symbol, again we can end the transition with this one. So we can conclude as the number of A's is balanced with the number of B's. So we have designed the Turing machines for the language A to the power of n and B to the power of n such that the value of n is greater than or equal to 1. Now what we are just going to do it here is we are going to check whether the input string is acceptable by this machine or not, right? So I am just going to take the 2A and 2B's here. Okay, and here since the machine starts from the initial state Q0, I have written Q0 here and AABB. Now I am going to process the first symbol A. So now the machine is in the state Q0 and the rewrite head is pointing to A. So what's the thing that we have written here? Q1 comma X comma R. So here this A will be replaced by X and the machine is shifted to the state Q1. So here we can write a Q1 and the rest of the strings need to be processed. You can write it on the right hand side. Next what I am going to do it here is now the machine is in the state Q1 and it is going to it is going to process an X1 symbol A. It means we are going to refer this transition Q1 comma A equal to Q1 comma A comma R. That's why here we can write X A Q1 BB. Now the machine is in the state Q1 and it is going to process the symbol B. It means what I am just going to do it here means Q1 comma B. It means moving to the state Q2 and B symbol will be replaced by Y and the read-write head which will be moved towards left. That's why here I can write X Q2. Since the rewrite head is moving towards left, I am writing Q2 here A Y B. Okay. So now the machine is in the state Q2 and it is going to process the symbol A. That's why here we can refer the transition del of Q2 comma A equal to Q2 comma A comma L. Right. So that's why here I can write it as X Q0 X Q0 AYB. And in the same way we can repeat the process. So I am getting XX Q1 YB and next I will get XXY Q1B and then I will get XX Q2 YY, then I will get XQ2 XYY, then I will get XXQ0 YY XX. That same process we are just repeating for everything. XXYY Q3 blank and then we will get XXYY blank Q4 blank. You just see here after reaching the state Q4 and the next symbol to be processed is blank only. So we have reached the end of the transition, so from which we have concluded the number of A is equal to the number of B's, hence proved. So what we have done in this video is we have designed a Turing machines that accepts the language L is equal to A to the power of n and B to the power of n such that n is greater than or equal to 1, and we have written the transition for that one. We have illustrated all those transition by means of the diagrammatic representation. Then we have taken one input string. According to the input string we have written the sequence of moves, and here we have proved as the number of A's is equal to the number of B's, since it reaches the final state Q4 and the next read write head is pointing to the blank symbol, right? So I hope that you have understand the concepts clearly. In case if you are having any doubt, kindly post your queries. Thank you.